everybody, to the weekly connection. Here we are outside at sunset, and as opposed to last week, which was freezing cold, this week we are the beautiful Arizona weather that we are so famous for. It is gorgeous out here. Anyway, let's do our cosmic thrust, and we'll do this to bring our energies together, and just get one drop in your hand, maybe. There you go. Get your cosmic thrust oil. Good. Rub your hands together. I do like this smell. Bring it into your aura. Cup your hands together, and let's take a deep breath in. And even if you don't have your cosmic thrust, it doesn't matter when we're doing this. We are bringing our energies together to connect together at this time. So it's been a very exciting week. We are still in the middle of the dust and the chaos in the house. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Lady Portia is leading this video today because, I don't know why. There are several Ascended Masters with us, but she's the one who brought it up. And as you know, Lady Portia is the Ascended Master who is head of our earthly karmic board. Your karmic board consists of 4 Ascended Masters and 4 celestial forms. So she is the head honcho of the Ascended Master forms. So if you ever have a question of a should or a shouldn't, she's a good one to ask. But anyway, her word for today is cooperation. Interesting. She's talking about cooperation in many, many ways, not in just cooperating with each other in a family or in a country or wherever. She's talking about cooperation in the deepest way, because she's talking about in order to get cooperation on those more expanded levels, like within the family, and within the community, and within the country, and then ultimately the world, which is what we are after. The first place that you have to cooperate, the first person you have to cooperate with is you. And she talked about how we so often do not cooperate with ourselves. We sabotage ourselves, we set ourselves up, we get sidetracked off of what our goal is. And so she's saying, as we talk about cooperation, if we come to that centered place inside ourselves, and we feel centered, then we don't argue with ourselves anymore. We don't go, ooh, I really want that, but we don't argue, or we also don't get mad, so-and-so did this and so-and-so did. All of that disappears. Because when we are centered and in that self-connectedness, or self-love, right? It's also called. Then we're cooperative with ourselves. Now, when we're cooperative and non-conflicting to ourselves, that radiates and it shows. And it makes your family function, right? More cooperatively. It makes your city, state, community, country be more cooperative. So in order to achieve this higher consciousness, Christ consciousness, cosmic consciousness, they're the same. Because we call it Christ consciousness because that's what Jesus was teaching. He was teaching us to come from this non-conflicted loving space, unconditional love. Now, when I have unconditional love, it doesn't mean that I'm going to ignore something that I am opposed to. You see, being spiritual doesn't make you a ninny. It makes you even more able to communicate and talk about things that are conflicting. So it no longer makes that conflict unresolvable. You are able to resolve conflicts when they come up. I've been married to Patrick now 42 years. Do you think that we get along all the time? We are very opposites, but we do not fight. We let each other know when we have an opposition. And we do it in a centered, balanced, cooperative way. Because that's what makes a relationship work, is that cooperation with one another. So cooperating first within ourselves and then radiating that art out into everything and everyone else that we come in contact with, it's then going to radiate out farther and farther and farther, so that the conflicts that we see in our world will greatly diminish. You know, when you're on the fifth dimension, you don't have war. You don't have animosity. You don't have all of this negative, I call it barbaric 3D behavior that you see on 3D Earth. And that's why third dimensional planets don't allow conscious life form on them for very long, because they're very destructive. But when we move to the fifth, we're now cooperative. We know how to cooperate with one another. We know how to, starting with me, I know how to express myself, show that I have a difference, and work to resolve or come to a cooperative understanding of whatever that difference, conflict, whatever may be. So more than ever, this country, this world, needs our cooperation so that we can cooperate with each other, with all of our disagreements. Because remember, being spiritual doesn't mean that you just go, oh well. No, not in the least. Absolutely quite the opposite. Because you want to make that light change. You want this planet to be light. We want the fifth dimension, and we want it now. So let's make it, and let's do it. Starting with you, starting right inside, me, and then expanding it. So on my website, I show a technique called Conscious Use of Power, which removes the conflicts from you. It teaches you how to dissolve your karma and how to remove your yakety mind so that you can resolve a disagreement quite consciously. So let's do our meditation together now. Are you ready? Okay, good. So I want you to visualize that lovely golden light coming from Source, the Father, and it comes down the front of you. And it feels so yummy warm, like a warm blanket. And it just feels so loving and wonderful and comfortable and strong and safe. And it comes down and it fills every part of you. Your throat, your neck, everything. And it comes down into your shoulders, out your fingers, right? Your mouth, your eyes. Make sure you always, always radiate that light. That's our job. And we bring it on down through our body, and it comes down into our Tantien, and it fills our belly. And that's our reservoir. That's our energy center. And we bring it down into our thighs and our knees, and be sure to get your knees, because there's so much fear going on because of the lack of cooperation. And we know we're okay. We're going to get this. It's going to happen in a really loving and light way. And then bring it on down through your legs again and into your feet, and good, out your feet and into the earth. And the mother is like, welcome. So glad to have you here. And you bring your energy down even further into the grid system, which is her energy system, her chakra system. And you breathe in that light, that energy from the mother. And oh my goodness, it feels so nurturing and wonderful and safe. And you bring it up the top of your spine, your back of your spine rather, back up to the top of your head, to the source. And this is our rainbow. We bring it back down the front with the Father energy, into the mother, and the mother energy back up, and the father energy down, and that light, and back up the back. And we continue to rotate this light because we are the light seeds of the planet, that everything that we do and everything that we touch, we shift to a higher consciousness. And we start with us and we share it. So now bring that out into your first aura. Saturate your first aura. That's your physical body. And now your second aura. And that's your tribal chakra. All the shoulds and shouldn'ts. All the yachity, chatchity, chattering that's going on in the collective consciousness comes from that chakra where everyone thinks they know the answer or they think they are right. We bring that light out there so that all that we can see is light. And we start to respond with love. And in the third chakra, which is that collective consciousness, from where we all connect through the airwaves, through the others. And the heart, where we beam that into that energy so that we all can feel that love. And our throat aura. This is the template of humanity. Who we think we should be, who we want to be. We fill that with light so that we can become truly light beings. And the third eye, where all the doubt is removed, and up to the crown, where we take our place as divine beings, shifting the planet, lighting the way to the fifth dimension. And in doing this, we teach cooperation. It just kind of happens. People don't really want to be dense, they want to be light. So the more we do this for ourselves, and then the more we share it for the world, the faster we get to our destination, where cooperation isn't even a question. It'll become a word so obsolete, so unnecessary, because it's automatic. And that's how it is in the fifth. We know how to deal with our differences. So, I want you to check out my website. Oh yeah, I know what I need to tell you. I have a sale going on and everything is on sale. And I'm excited about that. It's our Winter Wonderland sale. Wonderful sale, wonderful sale. Yeah, whatever it is. Anyway, come see it. I've got a lot of stuff that we used to bring to shows on absolute closeouts. So that'll make nice gifts, I hope, for everyone. Yes. And then be sure to like me because I'm socially needy on the video somewhere down there. All right. So let's do our job. The little light seed that you are. We love you. And we will see you next week.